Values can be as complicated or as simple as you choose them to be. Generally speaking, a value is not something that you can put inside a wheelbarrow. So it's not your family members, it's not your car, it's not, the materialistic things that we feel are important to us. Values are the intangible. They are the things that we can't see, but they are things that we feel. Okay? So over the course of, 10 years, if I look over values that have sort of propped up to me as priorities over the time, I've had things like adventure and memories and trust and honesty. Like I said, honesty in particular has always been something that is really, really high up on my values. Kindness, love, appreciation, mutual compassion. These are things that help you to determine whether or not you're on the right path, because when your values are clear and you have a decision to make, you can almost do this internal checklist of, okay, if I make this decision, will it honour the things that are important to me? Will it honour honesty? Will it honour my sense of adventure? Will it honour, compassion and kindness to one another? Or will it put me in a position where none of those things are met? And this is the power of a value, because when you know that and you can run through your little checklist before you make decisions, you can go into a situation with your eyes more open. Because not every decision that you make is going to honour or reflect every single value that you have. And that's just a harsh reality of life. But if you can be more mindful of the things that are really, really important to you, and you can allow them to lead you into the decision-making process, then when you identify that something is going to be maybe rubbing up against a value in a way that is less than desirable, you can have a backup plan. And that puts you into more control. It allows you to express yourself more coherently because you're aware of the potential downfall of it and also the success of it. So you plan yourself a little bit better, if this makes sense. So core values are the things that speak to you through your feelings, in that you will feel aligned, things will feel easy, they're fluent, you feel like you have more grace and peace when you're in alignment with your values, or they'll cause more conflict. They'll cause internal resistance. They'll cause procrastination, overwhelm, frustration. They can create an intense emotional response to situations because everything internally feels off kilter. If you think of your values, I've got two metaphors for you to try and demonstrate this a little bit more. But if you think of an aligned value system, an aligned value system is a little bit more like a symphony, where every instrument, which represents a different value, is singing in harmony, and it's creating a really beautiful, cohesive melody. All right? Everyone and everything is all working together. It feels easy. It's pleasant. It's enjoyable. It's the times when you lose track of time. That is a good indicator that your values and the activities that you're doing right now are in alignment with your values. On the flip side, when values are not aligned, it's a little bit more like a broken compass, where you're not quite sure where true north lies. You're kind of spinning on your tail a little bit. You're grasping at straws and hoping that things are going to improve. And my bet is, if you have lost sight of yourself in the mother role, if you're in a position where, I was talking to one of our members yesterday, and she said, my kids don't have massive challenges, so is this the right place for me? And I said, absolutely it is, because firstly, all of our challenges are very different, and what's a big challenge to me might be a really little challenge to you. What's a big challenge to you, I might look at and go, oh my God, how are you surviving that? So never, ever, ever compare your challenges or your set of circumstances to someone else's and think that yours are worth less or worth more. Okay? That is not going to help you to identify what you need in this space. This entire community and this challenge and what we're creating here is for all mums who are at a point in time where they recognize circumstances, whether it's challenging children or whether it's just because children are growing into the next chapter of their lives. They, as the individual woman in the situation, feel lost. That is what we're trying to identify.